that is unisexual flower and bisexual flower. So bi means two. If both the reproductive parts are there in the flower, then it is known as bisexual flower. Are you getting it? Like here, like one is the middle one is the female part, and the side word means the third word is the male part. So if both male and female, if both male and female parts are there in the flower, then it is known as bisexual, as it is visible in this picture. So here you can see this. Both the sex organs are there. If both the reproductive part are there, male and female. So it's known as, this type of flowers are known as bisexual flower. If only one sex organ or only one reproductive part is there, then it is known as unisexual flower. So these both are unisexual. If male part is only there in the flower, means stamens are only there, then the flower is known as staminate. Staminate if the male part is there, if the stamens are only present in the flower. And if pistil is there, pistil, carpel, or male reproductive part. So if female reproductive part, if female reproductive part is there only in the flower, then it is known as pistillate. Means if, because the female reproductive part is also known as pistil. So if pistil is there only in the flower, then it is known as pistillate. And if only stamens are there in the flower, then it is known as staminate. But both are categorized under the category of unisexual flower. So both are categorized as unisexual flower. So flower on the basis of reproductive part, they categorized into two categories. One is bisexual, bi means two. So sexual part means the reproductive parts. So if the both reproductive parts are there, then they are known as bisexual flower. If one sexual organ is there in a flower, then it is known as unisexual. Uni means one. So if the reproductive parts are present on the two different flowers, then they are known as unisexual flower, and the name given on the basis of whether the female reproductive part is there or the male reproductive part is there. So stamen, if the stamens are only present in the flower, then it is known as staminate flower, and if only the pistil present, then it is known as pistillate flower. Okay. Yes, yes. Wait a minute, Peter. Who is this? Who is speaking like this? Yes. Why are you not muting your mic? Hmm? Your voices are coming here. That disturb the class. So these are the two category on the basis of presence of reproductive part. So Isma, tell me, what are staminate flower? Hmm? Isma. Isma is not now. She has not joined again. Isma is not there now. Yes. Sarishu, raise hand. Why? What, beta? What? Venation. You asked the Venetian. Well, parallel Venetian and reticulate Venetian. Yes. So parallel Venetian is means Venetian is actually first before this parallel to parallel and reticulate. You should know what is Venetian. So do you know what is Venetian? Yes. Yes, the arrangement of veins in within the lamina or within the leaf blade is known as venation. So they are categorized into two categories, parallel and reticulate. If the veins are running parallel to each other, then they are known as parallel venation. And if the veins are not parallel to each other, they just form a network like structure, so that is known as reticulate, means just they irregularly branch and just forming a network like structure, then it is known as reticulate venation. Okay. Yes, Isma. No. Now you join. Hmm. So who ran? Who ran? Are you listening me? Okay, good. You just tell me what are staminate flower. Both reproductive parts are there, then it is called staminate. If if both are there, then that flower is known as bisexual, beta. Hmm. It's okay. No need of sorry. But when both the parts are there, then yes. Nadia, close your video. Wha- Close your video, everyone. Close your video. Yes. So, bisexual means two. Bi means two. If both the reproductive parts are there, then it is bisexual. And when only one reproductive part is present in flower, then it is known as unisexual. And unisexual flower are categorized into two categories on the basis of male and female organ. So, if the male reproductive organs are present, that is stamen. So, the flower is known as staminate. Just now I shown you the picture. And if only pistil is present in the flower, that is female reproductive part, then it is known as pistillate flower. Now you understood, everyone? Bushra Hasib. Yes. Just tell me, what is bisexual flower? Bushra Hasib. What is bisexual flower? Bushra, are you listening me? Just wait. Let me. Bushra, are you listening me? Yusuf Muhammad Azmi, yes, tell me. Both reproductive part and everyone repeat, and female reproductive part gynecium, and gynecium. Hmm. A and the spelling A and D and ROE ru and ru CIUM shium and rucium. In the same way, gynecium, GY, guy, NOE, nu, gynu, CIUM, gynusium, and rusium. Okay, so this is all about unisexual and the bisexual flower. Here the example of the unisexual flower is cucumber and papaya, and the bisexual flower example is the China rose. Okay, you who is this? Vikra? Isma, you joined late. That's why you are asking. I think so. I shown the picture. I'll show you again here. This bisexual and unisexual. In these flower, only reproductive parts are visible. So means out of four whorls, only two whorls are visible in the flower. Don't make my screen dirty, okay? So here, if both the parts means male and female, stamen and the pistil both are there, then it is known as bisexual flower. Here it is bisexual flower because both male and female organs are there, stamen and the pistil. But if this only one is there, means here you can see the only stamens are there. Here you see only pistil is there. So means one is there. Uni means one. Unisexual means the no, incomplete and the complete that categorized different. Means out of the four words, if one is not there, then incomplete. But here, on the basis of the sexual or the reproductive part, we categorize into two categories, that is unisexual and bisexual. Incomplete and complete will maybe in the chapter it's not there, but I'm telling you, incomplete means out of the four world, any word is not there, then it is called incomplete. Uh, Whether the calyx or corolla, whatever, the one word is not there, then it is incomplete. But when we talk about unisexual and bisexual, it means that we are talking about in context of reproductive organ. So if both the reproductive organs are present, then it's bisexual, and if one only there in the flower, then it is unisexual. And on the basis of which organ is present, male or female, means androecium or gynoecium, its name is given staminate and pistillate. So if the stamen is present in the flower, only stamens means only the male organ, then staminate. Here the name is written as you can see on my screen, and yes, and the pistillate flower, they are because one reproductive organ is present, that is called female reproductive organ, and the name given to female organ is pistil or the carpel. So here the female in which the only female organs are present, they are known as pistillate flower. Now you understood, everyone, what you want to ask. Why not? I'll show you. Wait a minute. Yes. Androecium is androecium. No, listen. Androecium is male reproductive part. Yes. And gynoecium. Hmm. You want to see male and female part. Yes. So just now the picture I shown you, in that male and female is not visible here in this. Uh, just a minute. See here. In this flower, you just see the innermost part here. The innermost part, this one. It's gynoecium. It's female reproductive organ or part. And here, this one. this, these five are visible. One is this, one behind of this, and one is this. These all are male reproductive organ or male reproductive part of flower. So this that for what you can say to facilitate the reproduction, because here the female reproductive part is inside this. Here female reproductive part means ovule, and inside the ovule egg is there, and in these uh, anther pollen grains are there. They are very small in size, tiny in structure, just like a dust, or means they are very small. So they have to reach to the stigma here, and through the stigma they have to reach here. So they can be, wasted with the current of air, with the current of water, due to the different environmental harsh conditions. They can be, wasted. So there are. It's not. That's why they are more in number. So the more anther, more pollen grain, so that if many will be wasted, so few can be reached to the stigma. Okay. So types of flowers are done. Okay. Yes. Who Mantasha, you tell me how many flowers are there? How many types of flowers are there? Abdullah bin Umar, you tell me. Abdullah bin Umar. Abdullah bin Umar. Abdullah bin Umar, are you listening me? I strictly told you close your video. Close the video. Don't don't open your video, and even mute your mic when you speak, when you want to say something. When I allow you to say something, then you just unmute that time. Otherwise the different voices are disturbing the class. So now let's start. Pollination. Yes. Yes, what? What? Again? Say again. Who? Just now what you asked? Just now what you asked? Look at this. Look at this picture. Look at this image. Here the green part. I'll just here this is calyx. Like when we see the bud of flower, we see that it's green from outside, or the green covering is there. That green covering is calyx. This is the green part, means the leafy structure of the green leafy structure of the flower. Green leafy structure, not leaves. They are not leaves. They are the part of flower. Yes, they are the part of flower. Their function is to protect the flower at the bud stage. The, the function of calyx is to protect the flower, the inner part of the flower at the bud stage. You must have seen so many birds. You notice that the inner part of the flower, it is covered by the green covering. That green covering is actually the calyx. This is the outermost whorl of the flower. Out of the four whorl, this is the outermost, and inner to it, the colorful whorl is there. That is called corolla, and inside to it, the third world is Indrusium, that is the male reproductive part, and inner to that, what you can say, the middle of it, middle of the flower, or the innermost wall of the flower, that is female reproductive part, and that is known as gynoecium, pistil, or carpel. Are you understood now? Okay. So this is all about the world of flower or the part of flower, and I just now told you types of flower also. So have you understood this types of flower on the basis of presence of male reproductive part? Yes. Mm. Ovary, actually beta, this is like here you see, this is let me take the pencil here. This is the whole is gynoecium. So in this, what you can say, the uppermost part here, this is stigma. This slender, thin slender structure is style, and this the lowermost is actually the ovary, and the ovary is the most important part of the gynoecium. Here the ovules are present, here the eggs are present, which are fertilized at the time of fertilization, means they are fertilized with the male organ, because this ovule is the female organ, means inside that egg is there. With the egg, female or male reproductive cell has to fuse with it. So at the time of fertilization, that will be needed. So the fruit which you are eating, the delicious fruits, actually that is the fertilized mature ovary. You are actually eating the fertilized mature ovary. That's nothing, just the mature ovary. And inside the fruit, the seed which you are usually throwing, that seed is actually the fertilized mature ovule. Mean the ovule of the flower will change into the seed after the fertilization. Yes, and the ovary is changed into the fruit. Okay, and ovary wall is the fruit wall, and the seed coat is the the ovules covering is known is changed into the seed coat. As we already know the word, this term seed coat, we when we study in fifth class germination of the bean seed, the seed coat, the term seed coat we studied there. It break, and then the further fertilization, sorry, further germination is started. So these all are the different word and the part of the flower. So now pollination. Okay. Yes. Hmm. So pollination is nothing. It's just the transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma. Here, here you see, this is the yellow color part is the anther, and the green part is stigma. So the transfer of pollen grains are there in the anther. Pollen grains. Where are the pollen grains? Inside the anther. So Stigma is the part of female reproductive part. It is the uppermost, flattened, sticky part of the gynoecium. So, this pollen grain, the transfer of pollen grain from anther, because they are in the anther, to the stigma, this process is known as pollination. And the pollination is of two type. Pollination is of two type: cross pollination and self pollination. Yes, if they just transfer the anther of a one plant, means the two different plants are involved in this process, then it is known as cross pollination. That only I am telling. If the two different plants are involved, remember, two different plants means the pollen grain of one flower of the one plant, and it transferred to the another plant of the another flower, then it is known as cross pollination. But if but no, it's the same as usually nature handled this. They usually means to the same flower only. Pollinate to the another plant flower. And self means same. Means either the plant is same, means if the flower can be different, but the plant should be same in the self pollination. Just listen. Let me explain. Then you start asking. Okay. Let me explain. Means suppose you have a plant in a one pot at your home. Okay. And there's having many flower in it. Okay. Are you listening? In one pot, one plant you potted there, the potted one plant is there, in that many flowers are there. If the pollination occur in the means even with the different flowers of the same plant, then also it is known as self pollination. Means they pollinate the flower of the same plant. If the if the pollination occur flower of the same plant, then it is self pollination. Or sometime this is also like, this is the condition: the anther of the from the same flower anther, the pollen grain transfer to the same stigma. If this condition is there, then also self. And if suppose here one flower, here one flower, here another flower, and then here another flower on the same plant. So if the pollination occur to this flower or to this flower, then also it is self pollination, because the plant is actually the one. Are you getting? Yes. So if the plant is one and the pollination occur to the different flower of the same plant, then also it is self pollination. And if it is occur in the same flower, means from the same anther to the same stigma of the same flower, then it is yes, that this both the condition, these both the condition is here, means this condition is self pollination. And if the flowers are different and they pollinate one to other, then also self pollination. Cross means two different plants are there, and there they just pollinate the different flower of the different plant, means the two different plants are involved in the pollination, then it is known as cross pollination. Here, so this is cross pollination and this is self pollination. So the pollination. Mhm. Yes, now just let me ask Hafsa Fatima. You tell me what is pollination? Hafsa. Yes, Abdullah. Yes, Ahmad Ali. What do you want to say? Okay. Oh, Hafsa, you tell me what is pollination? Pick- Okay. One at a time, please. Yes. Because in pollen grain, what is there? Male gametes are there. Male cells are there that will later on fuse with the female part of the flower, means egg. And as a result, you'll be getting the delicious fruits. Means after fertilization, what will be there? The whole ovary will be changed into the delicious fruits. So means egg and means male and female, they just fuse together to form zygote, and that later on change into embryo, and then the whole ovary will be changed into, means changes occur after the fertilization, and as a result the ovary change into the fruit and the ovule change into the seed. Yes, Huren, what do you want to say? Yes, of course, tell me beta. Yes, very good, mashallah. Yes, yes, transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma. Very good, very good. And who is this? Who is this iPhone X? Next time when you enter in the class, you just enter with the name only so that I can know your name. Who is this iPhone X? Hmm. Sarish. Okay. I want to know what is cross pollination, Sarish. Hmm. Where the two different plants are involved, you can say. Means anther of a flower of one plant, means the clear what do you say, and the clear idea about the cross pollination, means anther of a flower of one plant is involved with the stigma of a flower of another plant, means anther of the one flower, that flower should be on separate plant, and the another flower which where the stigma is utilized or involved in the pollination, that should be on the separate plant. So the two different plants are involved in the in transfer of pollen grain. So this process is known as cross pollination. And the one plant pollen grain transfer to the another plant's stigma, means another plant flower stigma. So the two different plants are involved of same species, same type. This is called cross pollination. Okay. Self pollination, the transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the same plant, means they can be different flower but of the same plant, means here the transfer of pollen grain occur in the same plant, whether it's of same flower or the different flower of the same plant. Okay, very good. Yes. Different plant, means like usually nature handle this with the same species, but it can be occur with the different species also. And now these days, hybridization, or we are producing the hybrids through the process of hybridization, means artificial pollination. This natural pollination and this artificial pollination, So in artificial pollination, we can try with the our choice plants, means we can transfer, we can take the pollen grain of our desired plant, and then we can pollinate stigma of the another species. Means two different species we can take. That's also possible, and by this process we grow the different hybrids with the better qualities. So, but usually nature handle with the same species, because natural pollination occur itself, and nature handle it. So, okay, now agents of pollination. But now, yes, want to say something? Timings are over. The classes. So we can start agent of pollination in the next class. Means like huh. It's a small topic. You just get the idea about it. Means like they cannot move. Plant cannot move from one place to another. So means there should be some helper. There should be some agents who can help them to transfer their pollen grain to the different part of the flower. Means from one flower to the different flower. So the agents which helpful in. So, so there are some listen, there are some agents which helpful in pollination. They can be when, means with the current of air, they can flow from one place to another. Means from anther to the stigma with the current of air, and it can be through the water if the plants are aquatic. Means the water help to take the pollen grain to the stigma of the flower. They can be animals, like we know that the animals, like, but the different bees, like this honeybee. You just take an example. They visit the flower to suck the nectar. So the pollen grain which are there on the end, they just stick to the part of their body, and when they visit to the another flower, they just leave the pollen grain on the another flower. In this way, they help to transfer the pollen grain from one flower to another flower. So this can be by wind, this can be by water, this can be by animals, and this can be by birds also. Birds are also visit the flower to suck the nectar. Bats also, insects also. So when they visit the flower, the part of the pollen grain they stick to their body, and when they visit to the next flower or another flower, then they leave their pollen grain on that flower. In this way, they transfer the pollen grain from one flower to another flower. Right?